welcome to the channel, guys. Today we are going to be talking about Amarillo, Texas with Sabre Cofer, and she is going to be giving us the good, the bad, the ugly. No, just the tour of the city, guys, and also just talking a little bit about, typical things we talk about, from everything from cost of living to culture to what it's like to live if you are actually thinking about moving to all these different places that are available on the channel. So, Sabre, thank you so much for being here today.
Hey, good to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. I'm so you are outside today, and how's the weather?
You know, it's a little cooler today. We're actually hitting about 96, 98 instead of 110 or so. We're like the rest of the country. We've had a few hot days.
Yes. Yeah. It's August right now at the time of this recording. So, end of July. I should say, almost in August. But weather across the country, yep, it's hot. It's all over the news.
Well, I'll tell you, the good thing about our area with the weather, I mean, it may be hot, but we don't have the humidity. And that's probably one of the most appealing things about the Texas Panhandle. Not so if you go south. If you head towards Dallas, you go to Houston, San Antonio, Austin, it's going to be hot and humid, where you step outside and you're wringing wet, feel like you need a shower. You don't get that in the Texas Panhandle. We have a very dry climate, very rare for us to have the humidity. And so we have a lot of people come here, even for health reasons. And I've had people move here because the doctor said you need to go where there's no, you don't have all that humidity. And it's wonderful. And our mornings are usually a little cooler and our evenings cool off. So it's really nice.
Okay. So more of the tempered kind of Mediterranean style climate, I should say, where it's not super hot, because it reminds me of LA, like in terms of it gets pretty hot here, but we don't have humidity. No humidity.
Oh, that's good to know. I'll have to come visit.
yeah I'm not a fan of humidity. I know it's good for your skin, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Good for you. Let's how long have you been in the Amarillo, Texas area for?
I was actually born and raised about 100 miles from Amarillo, up in the very top of the Panhandle. We're up in the little top square of Texas, and a lot of people are going, "Oh, where is that?" Tip top. And I was raised in Spearman, Texas.
Let's go ahead and show. Spearman, Texas.
Yeah, right up there at the top. You see Perryton, Spearman.
Spearman.
Yes, little bit of town, about 3,500 people.
Awesome. Excellent.
Spearman Links and Linksets. I have lived in Canadian, which is probably just a little over an hour from here. That's where I met my husband. And I've been in Amarillo since 1987. So yeah, I know the area. Yeah,
you're a local, born and raised.
I'm a local, yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited for you to kind of show us a little bit around town. So for Amarillo, is this kind of the area, or is it a little, does it encompass more, or?
Actually, Amarillo and Canyon are, they're quickly growing together. And so you'll see Canyon, which is where West Texas A&M University is. And it's it's a branch off of A&M, and so that's a 4-year university, and we actually cover the entire Texas Panhandle. So Amarillo is the hub for the whole Panhandle, and even people from New Mexico, even the lower parts of, I guess, the Oklahoma Panhandle, and some of those areas, they will come to Amarillo for because we have a great medical system here.
Oh, really?
Yes, we also have the second largest canyon, which is Palo Duro Canyon. And they have a play that they put on. It starts in May, goes through August, and it's called Texas. And it's phenomenal. If you come, you have to come see it.
Awesome. Is this the canyon you're referring to?
Yes, Palo Duro Canyon.
Excellent.
It's beautiful.
Awesome. And there's just like different pockets of water around the area.
Yes, we have Lake Meredith. And we're thankful we've had some rain over the last few years. We're like, other places, things, got dry and it's been low. But you have Lake Meredith. You have a couple other smaller lakes like Greenbelt over by Clarendon, which is a community college town. That's kind of where our rodeo college is, ag school. And they have other things too, but that's kind of what they're known for. And there's a couple little lakes around, like Little Lake McKenzie, Sandspur, a few things like that. But Lake Meredith is the largest body of water around here.
Got it.
It's about an hour from Amarillo.
Okay. So, I guess like so you guys are in the Panhandle. It's like very kind of like a distinct area. Is it, I guess, for culture, is it a little bit different than the rest of Texas?
It's, I think overall Texas is known for being pretty conservative. And, we just are very proud of, our communities that, people come here and they're like, these people said hello to me. And I said, I told you we're friendly. And they're like, but that's really strange. They, come from California and some other places and they're not used to that. And I'm like, yeah, if you're driving down a farm to market road, you do this little flip of your hand, it's just this little thing here that just says, either hook 'em horns or, Texas Tech, or it's just a hello, or you nod your head. And he was like, it's one of my clients actually. He said, they really see that. And I said, oh, absolutely. And I said, if not, they wonder what's wrong with you because you didn't say hello to them as you're passing them on the road. And, but, it's just it's the Texas way. So our area is very conservative. And, we're part of the Bible Belt. And it's just a very nice conservative area. And I always say if somebody's not friendly to you, then they're probably a transplant and they just haven't learned our ways yet.
Yeah. No, okay. That's amazing. To go by humans, acknowledge people.
Yes, absolutely.
You're acknowledging one another.
Yes.
That's great. So Texas culture, I'm a fan, even though I've never visited, but like I'm a fan of the Texas culture. And talk about a little bit about like the food in the area. So like places to eat and stuff. What is that like for you?
Well, you're going to get a great steak if you come to the Texas Panhandle. You have some, that are, well-known chains, and then you have some little mom and pops, little dives, that, well, you'll get the best steak and hamburgers and French fries, ever. And Mexican food, Tex-Mex, is a big deal here. And you do have some authentic Mexican food places. And I'm a huge Tex-Mex fan. I mean, I could eat it morning, noon, and night. And we love it. We have great Mexican food. You have a little bit of everything else too. A lot of, Asian food, Italian, but we're probably more known for like steaks, barbecue, and our Mexican food.
Excellent. All right. For I guess like shopping centers, like where in Amarillo or like the downtown area. Let me pull up the map. You can kind of we can guide us there.
Okay. Yeah, if you go to the far west side, like you're on I-40, and of course I-40 is, that's, part of our Route 66 that we're also known for because it goes right through here. And if you're heading west on I-40, you get to the edge of Amarillo off Soncy, and that's where our mall is. It's called Westgate Mall, and that's our largest shopping center. You go about 2 hours kind of south of here is Lubbock, and now they have some great shopping too. But really, we have some small little strip malls and stuff, but mainly it's going to be at Westgate Mall. We probably have about a little over 300,000 people now with everybody moving in. So, we're not huge. We're really, just right size.
Yeah. Is this side you're referring to?
Yeah, over on the west side, I'm having trouble seeing your map. It's over there close to, like you're headed west on I-40, going towards Tucumcari.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, you'll see like Coulter, Soncy, those are the streets. Everything runs north, south, east, west, so it's easy.
Great. Could you talk about the cost of living in Amarillo, Texas?
That's another thing. Besides the fact that we don't have the humidity normally, our cost of living is very good. Even though prices have risen, just over the course of, the COVID pandemic and the economy here lately, we're still probably one of the most reasonably priced areas in the United States. Cost of living it's kind of a constant. Even whenever things, really, when some of the states were struggling back in like 2008 and through those years, that Texas stayed strong. And we just have a really, very, I guess, very independent, and we've had really good, fantastic officials, governor, and leadership. And Amarillo is one of those areas that we strongly believe in supporting our local businesses, and I think that that's part of the reason we've stayed so strong through everything. Even through the hard times that you see in other parts of the country, prices have definitely risen. Our market has changed, but it's still probably less expensive here than in other areas.
I talked to someone from Dallas, and they said something similar, how the recession affected them, but they bounced back a lot quicker than the rest of the country. And exactly what you said, Texas is a little bit more independent in how in what they do.
And we have low unemployment. It's just it's like right now. It's like if you go to rent a property, I'm going to try to get you to see if we can get you to buy, because you can probably buy cheaper than you can rent right now, because rents are expensive, because it's just been a high demand with people moving here, and it's just caused those prices to go up. But and that's probably true in other areas. You can usually buy, even with rising interest rates, you can probably still buy cheaper than you can rent. It is probably cheaper than other parts of the country.
Sure, yeah. So I'm curious, like, what is and of course you could always go more expensive or less expensive, but what's like a typical like 3-bedroom 2-bath house gonna run you in Amarillo?
Of course, it's going to depend on the updates to the home and how nice it is, all of that. But for example, I could probably get you in one, for maybe around $1,500-$1,600. Right now, I have one that we're in the process. We just took applications on that, is about $1,850 a month. I have another one that I just listed, and it's like over the top nice, like a new home, and it's $2,500 a month. And and those are 3-bedroom 2-bath. Now the $1,850 is a 4-bedroom. It's an older home, and it's but it's right there in a school district that people want. And the other one is just outside of town, but it's in Canyon School District, so that's gonna make a little bit of difference too.
Great. Okay. And so that's for renting.
For renting. And we might, I would say, somebody calls me up and they need something for $500 or $600 a month. Those days are gone. And we're probably just not going to find it. I might run into something for you, for around $900 or $1,000, but probably $1,200 and up is going to be a little bit easier to find. It's just those prices have risen.
Yep. Yeah, and that's just across the nation. So super interesting. For purchasing a house, if we're going to be, you're renting, maybe you start renting, but then you want to, purchase, what would that purchase look like?
So our average price point is probably about $220,000 right now. It has gone up. A couple of years ago, it's probably about $165,000. So that kind of shows you what has happened to the market with, prices increasing. So I'd say we're probably around $220,000. You can get into, a nice home. Of course, anything under $250,000, $300,000, we still have multiple offers on. So, it's definitely starting to soften just a little bit. But, you can still get a really nice home in that price range. We might get lucky and get something under $200,000, $300,000 to $400,000. You can get a nice home. Now, if you want to go out here and you want an acre, and which a lot of people do, they come to Texas and they want to own a little piece of land, you're probably going to be lucky to get anything under $350,000. You may be pushing closer to $400,000, $450,000, or even up.
That's good to know. But but then you get an acre of land with your house.
Absolutely. You'll have well and septic, and have your own little acre, and it's nice.
Super cool. How does that work with the well and the septic? I've always wondered, like, do they just come by once a week or once a month, or
Oh no.
How does that work?
So whenever let's say you go out here and you build a house on an acre, that well and septic is yours to maintain. And so I know with my buyers, I always put them in contact with somebody that will be there, just their contact in case they have any issues. Of course, they should go years without having any issues at all. And maintenance is pretty easy. But if you do have any issues, we have specialists, just like you'd have an electrician or plumber. You call your well guy or your septic guy.
Excellent. But how often do they have, or should you have them come and empty it, I should say?
Oh, on your septic? It depends on the size of the family. And also if you treat it, you can just put like a little packet of yeast in your toilet once a month. That's what they tell me. That's what we do. And, you may never have to have it pumped. But normally they tell me, it could be every 3 to 5 years, just depending on the size of the family
Got
and
it.
the size of the tank. So we just had ours done just because we've lived out here like 8 years. And I just thought, maybe I should just get it pumped just to make sure we're good. And he came out and he says, actually, he pumped it, but it was fine. It wasn't, in dire need or anything. So it's one of the things when you're buying a home out here, if it's a pre-existing home, that we are going to have that checked for you.
Got it. Yeah, because I've always thought like it's a lot more maintenance than it sounds like, or I just don't know. I'm like, what's
I know it sounds like it would be, but really it's not. Now, if something goes bad with your well or your septic, then that's going to be quite an expense if you have to replace them. So, and sometimes you might have to get, a new pump in your well. And so, you're going to have some expense, but, it's just, part of the maintenance of that home.
Right. Yeah. And it's definitely, I'm sure it's something you have inspected before you purchase.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. You have your people.
Yeah, absolutely.
On it.
We also have them check, the water tables, how deep is the well, how much is it producing? We want to make sure you've got good water pressure and you're getting enough water for the home.
Yeah. So with the well, that means like you have your own self-sufficient kind of water for your property.
Absolutely.
So
it runs off electricity. So we have an electric home. So the only utilities we pay are electricity, and we pay for, a trash service that comes every week. And, otherwise, if we had a home with gas, we pay gas too. But, if you're in town, the city takes care of, water and trash and sewer.
Got it. But you don't have a water bill, essentially.
Right.
That's so cool. Okay.
Yeah. And we have good well water. I mean, our water is hard here. So you're going to have hard water unless you put in a softener. But, we don't have the city water that's been treated, with all the chlorine and all the stuff that they do.
Yes. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
it tastes good. We have sweet water here, so it tastes good.
Cool. I'm like fascinated with the idea.
Like if you come and you're like, hey, Sabre, I want to go look at these properties in the country. I'm going to tell you when we walk into a house, if you like, you go, hey, I really like this house. I'll say, do you want to taste the water? And it sounds silly, but you do want to taste the water. You want to know what kind of water you have coming out of that well. If it's sweet water or if it's, and it's probably fine. But every now and then, there's certain areas that you actually get really good tasting water. And of course, you go to the store and buy a bottle of water anyway if you want to.
Yes. As we do here in the States.
Yes.
I saw this video. They talked about how back when they first invented it, they were probably like, no one's gonna buy that. Why would you do that? Like put water in bottles? People are gonna buy them? Like no.
Oh yeah. We keep Sam's and Costco busy, don't we?
Yes.
Buying all the bottled water. Our kids are grown now, and but we used to have a refrigerator we kept in the garage, and that's what it was for. We lived in town, so the water didn't have the best taste. We had a Culligan system, so we had filtered water, and but we went through so much water. We just had the water refrigerator in the garage. Some people have a beer fridge. We had a water fridge.
Yes. No, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But could you mention so Sam's Club and Costco, you guys have both within.
Oh, we don't have Costco. We just keep hoping. We keep hearing rumors, but so far we have 2 Sam's Clubs.
Okay, 2 Sam's Clubs. No offense, Sam's Club, but
That's right. I think we have to go love it to get to the Costco, but yeah, we keep hoping. We have rumors that we're getting. In fact, it's not more. I guess it's not a rumor. We're getting a Buc-ee's, and we are so excited to finally be large enough that we're getting a Buc-ee's. I think they're still working out, all the details on that, and I don't think construction has started yet, but we love Buc-ee's. You have to be in a big city to get to one of those. Do y'all have those?
No, we don't. What is?
Oh my goodness.
Buc-ee's.
It's like the convenience store on steroids, and there's no trucks. It's all cars, and they have gas, they have shopping, they have food, they have everything. So if you come, maybe it's a Texas thing. So if you come through Texas, you're in the Dallas area, any of the major cities, hopefully in Amarillo soon, you have to stop at a Buc-ee's. It's Buccees. I had a client tell me, she said, oh, Sabre, you're saying that wrong. She said, it's not Buc-ee's, it's Buc-ee's. It was so cute. I said, I've been saying it wrong all along. She said, yeah, you got to say it right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that fun?
That's great. That's great. She's not wrong. Your friend.
Like,
Oh, awesome. You also mentioned the healthcare a little bit earlier. Could you dive into that a little bit more for us?
absolutely. So, I mean, our medical area, medical facilities have always been phenomenal. We have Northwest Texas Hospital, we have Baptist St. Anthony's Hospital, and now we have all these smaller hospitals and like surgical centers. So you have the, heart health. You have everything. We have, a wonderful oncology for cancer center. The things that are new to us, we have the pharmacy school from Texas Tech, and we also have the new veterinarian school. So those are new for us, and we were so excited to get those because it's just, it's helped our area to grow, and it's like everything you need is right here. So it's like I was telling you, we're kind of the hub. And one of the reasons is because of the medical facilities. It's not so much our shopping; it's more for probably the medical.
Excellent.
So yeah, just dentist, whether it's dentistry, orthodontics, any kind of medical. Of course, we're only 2 hours away, like from the burn unit over in Lubbock, and and of course, if there's anything they can't handle here, you've got Dallas, and then even Houston, with Herman Hospital down there. I think they're more known for cancer, but we do have a wonderful oncology center here, and anyway, I think our medical community is phenomenal. We have some of the best doctors.
Excellent.
Yeah, we get some people moving. It's funny. People are wanting like smaller communities. So we work the entire Texas Panhandle. So, and of course, my whole team is from all over the Panhandle, and we're very familiar with each one of the small communities. But, people are coming and they want to be within an hour, 2 hours of Amarillo. And a lot of times, that's for the medical community. And so it's nice to be able to, offer that opportunity to people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they don't have to necessarily go somewhere else to take care of things medically.
Absolutely. And if they're in a small community, there'll be small community hospitals, and we have some amazing small community hospitals. But, whenever it's something they need a little bit more attention, they're close by because they're not too far from Amarillo.
Right. Excellent. And also, like if you're flying, around the country or somewhere else, how would you go about doing that if I were to live in Amarillo, Texas?
Okay, so we have the Amarillo Airport. It's called the Rick Husband International Airport. Of course, Rick Husband was one of our astronauts. He was one of the ones that actually went down, in that space shuttle that there was the accident, and it's from Amarillo. And so it's named after him. And and they've updated it. It is a beautiful facility. It's not too large, so it's really nice because it's so easy to get around in, and you don't have to stand in line for 2 hours to get through. I can show up about an hour ahead of time, and I'm good. And but Amarillo, now direct flights is going to be Dallas. I think you can go Denver and you can go Las Vegas. Otherwise, you're probably going to go to Dallas to go anywhere else.
Got it.
So you just know that, but it's only like 40-minute flight to Dallas.
Got
Where
it.
if you drove it, it's about 6 hours.
Okay, got it.
And you can get to the Amarillo Airport in about 20 to 30 minutes, depending if they're having construction.
Nice. And then, do you typically get dropped off there, or can you park there, or leave your car there, or?
You can leave your car there. They have a really nice parking facility. Personally, and I travel quite a bit, just because of being with EXP and being a realtor. I go to a lot of events and lots of training, but they have the Amarillo Airport Valet, and so they know me personally.
Nice.
It's just outside of the airport. I'll pull up there, they drive with me, they take my car back, they put it in covered parking, they'll even detail it for me if I need it.
Wow.
Yeah, I like it.
That's fantastic. Yeah, sign me
Come
up.
back and I have a nice clean car and it's all ready to go. And they pick you up with their shuttle when you arrive and take you back to your car. So it's nice. I don't have to, haul my luggage through a parking garage.
Yeah,
I love it.
That sounds very convenient. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So cool. And yes, with EXP, I think the next one is in Vegas, I think, in October.
Yes, October 11th to 14th. In fact, I just booked my husband and I's flights last night.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, it's coming up around the corner.
Yeah.
Very cool. And could you dive into the local economy a little bit for Amarillo, Texas?
Okay. Yeah, we have a very low, unemployment rate. it's kind of funny. As we've grown, you'd see something going up, and I always said, okay, well, it's either a church, a bank, or a Walgreens, or now a CVS, because they tend to build across the street from each other. And so they say that we have more restaurants per capita than any other city.
No
And
way.
so we have really, great sources to go out and eat. And my husband and I work all the time, so we eat out a lot. And it's they say our property taxes are high, but you also have to consider the fact that we don't have a state income tax. So maybe that offsets just a little bit, because I hear that comment. Of course, we're used to it.
Yes.
But I hear that comment when people are moving in.
Right. Yeah, I always hear that for Texas. They mention property taxes, but but you don't have a state income tax, so that's nice. Right. And then
and as far as this, and as far as the city's concerned, we have a nice community area. We have the Amarillo Globe News Performing Arts Center. We have a symphony. They bring in Broadway plays. We have Amarillo Little Theater. We have, so one of my proudest things is the fact that we have the Amarillo Sod Poodles, which is, our baseball league that actually feeds it. I mean, they will feed in to get picked up by some of the professional teams. And it's one of my favorite things. I've learned that that's the one place I can relax outside of selling real estate, is I can go to a game and actually unhook from real estate for just that little time period. But our stadium is called Hodge Stadium, and named after one of our citizens who has given so much to our community. And it is a state-of-the-art baseball stadium. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you come out, you let me know, because I'm going to take you to a ball game.
Okay. Excellent.
It's beautiful. It's downtown. We have some new boutique hotels popping up downtown. So we have a lot to offer. And of course, you have Amarillo Little Theater, which is so much fun. A lot of local talent, and also feeds from the colleges, from their performing arts centers. And of course, I told you about Paladera Canyon. So, there's things to do. We have some beautiful parks. And anyway, it's probably a little bit quieter kind of lifestyle here. Yeah. But it's really nice. We have 3 major movies, theaters. And I'm probably leaving something out, but there's some great areas to go to that are historical, even around the whole Panhandle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm recalling correctly, but we talked about there's like quite a bit of history in the state, in that part of the state, I should say. Because you guys are, I think I saw a video and it talked about how the Panhandle was almost a part of Oklahoma. It was almost like its own like individual state. It was, and then like it kind of just got reabsorbed into Texas.
Right.
Which is like interesting. Like we're just like, oh wow. This
I heard something funny the other day. So I didn't realize this. Somebody said, "Oh, did you know that Amarillo means yellow?" And I said, "Oh," and and I think I knew that because there's a song called "The Yellow Rose of Texas." I don't think it was about Amarillo, but we relate to it. And so you see a lot of things that are Yellow City this, Yellow City that. And then we also have Pantex. So you see a lot of Bomb City stuff because we have Pantex, which is our nuclear plant, and it's about 20 miles out. But whenever they were talking about, Amarillo meaning yellow, and we haven't had a whole lot of rain. We're starting to get a little bit right now. And I kind of looked out and I thought, you know what? I'm going to start saying they don't have dead grass. They have yellow grass, Amarillo grass. So I thought, okay, we'll put a new perspective on it because it has been pretty dry.
Yeah, I know. I see the clouds behind you. It looks like it's going to rain soon.
We're supposed to get rain. I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, chances of rain.
Okay. When it rains there, is it heavy or is it usually just like a light kind of for the night or for the day?
Oh, you just never know. We could get a little bit of, you go down to Houston and it just comes straight down without the wind. We have lots of wind here. Just get ready if you come. And so that wind is usually blowing. So usually, it's blowing to the sides and we'll get some storms. Our storm season is usually in the spring. So about March, through August would be our season. You hear people that are afraid of our tornadoes. Usually the tornadoes aren't going to be right in Amarillo. They're going to be kind of on the outskirts in some of the smaller communities. We have some areas that, it's kind of known for Tornado Alley. And but, we have shelters and things, for people to, go to for safety. And because that usually comes up when people are moving here from other states.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but we do get a lot of wind, so just gonna let you know.
Okay. Okay. No, that is good to know. If you're not into the wind, maybe it's not the place for you. But
Absolutely.
if you don't mind, like me, I love the wind. I'm all for it.
Oh yeah.
So
It's like right now there's just a nice little breeze. It's fine. There's days it'll be so windy you can't hardly open the door. But but I mean those are few and far between. That's not an everyday occurrence. We're
right.
gonna have the dirt blow a little bit. So, if we haven't had enough rain and there's some fields out there, we're gonna have some dirt.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
Just
overall it's beautiful.
awesome. Awesome. And just kind of wrapping up. You mentioned some of the schools, so I wanted to talk a little bit more in detail for the colleges and then also local schools in the area.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we have amazing schools. Oh, sorry about that.
That's good.
Okay. So we have amazing schools. Our school districts are very strong. Like I told you, it's a very conservative area. So, for the most part, that's going to feed into who our teachers are and, who, our leadership is in our schools on the school board and, superintendent, principals, everyone. But like in Amarillo, you have Amarillo High, you have Tascosa, you have Polidori, you have Caprock. So we have 4 major high schools. And then you have your junior highs and you have a lot of elementaries that then, feed into all of those. Canyon has Canyon High School. Canyon has actually expanded. And they have a second high school called Randall because it's Randall County. And they have a new high school that was just built just on the very south side of Amarillo. And of course, they have a couple of intermediate schools. And then they're actually adding more and more elementary schools just because of the growth. But the schools are excellent. You go into the small communities, I mean, you just have to be proud of our area because they have state-of-the-art schools. I mean, they may be small, but they have all the facilities, everything for these kids. In Amarillo, you're going to have a lot of the college classes because we have Amarillo College, which is a junior college. It's probably best known for its nursing school. It's been nationally recognized as one of the best schools for nursing.
Nice.
And it's right here in Amarillo. So, and of course, they have other things too, but that's really, I think, what it's mostly known for. And then you have West Texas. And then just 2 hours away, you have Texas Tech. So, so our schools offer a lot of opportunities, even for our high school kids. Even in junior high and into high school, they can take dual credit, they can take their AP classes, and actually graduate, with college hours.
Yep. Excellent. And so, in Texas Tech is how far from you guys?
It's about 2 hours.
2 hours. Nice.
Yeah, my girls both went there. My son went up in Oklahoma, but my girls both went to Texas Tech, and yeah, it's just a couple hours away. It's a fantastic school.
Yeah. I was here. It's on the map, or like, it's a great school. I was here.
Absolutely, they have great sports teams. Yeah, everything.
Yeah. Excellent. For, I guess, if someone's thinking about moving to Amarillo, like, from a different state, like what's, I guess, maybe something that might be holding them back, or some like last questions they might just be having, like if you could just like address anything like that.
Yeah, well, so people have this idea that they come here and there's nothing here. So one of the things we want to do is just take them around and show them that we actually do have something. And people will come and think, that everybody just rides a horse. No, we have horses and we have cattle, but we don't all ride horses. And but you can own some land and you can have a horse or you can have some cattle. But, I've had people come and they go, it's just flat. And then we take them where they see the canyon and they go, oh my goodness, we had no idea you had this. And, I mean, it's absolutely fabulous. And so I have just learned from people, realizing that when people come here, I want them to see the canyon, at least a little bit of it. I want to show them some areas where they see how beautiful it is. We don't have tons of trees, but we do have trees. It's just that you can see for miles, and it's and once you get here and you see it, it's absolutely beautiful.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, I feel like we're gonna show some photos of like the canyon and stuff.
Okay.
But it's like when you have to visit a place. I feel like if you are gonna decide if you're gonna live there, it's you gotta meet with eat at the places, talk with the people, and you can kind of see from there. Yeah, this has been so cool. Just to kind of close it off, so we talked about a lot of good things about Amarillo. What are some things that you don't like about your town?
Oh, it's growing too fast. We're very spoiled. we're used to our small little city, and under 200,000, and we're growing. We're probably up at close to 300 now. I'm guessing. I think if you drive by, it still shows it's low, but we are growing just exponentially, and which is it's still wonderful for our economics. So it's all good, and we welcome people to come. But I do miss being able to jump in the car, drive down I-40, be at the airport in 20 minutes. Maybe now it's going to take me 30. Just because of traffic. Used to, the traffic was just bad. You could always tell when school let out and all the kids are out. But it's a pretty constant right now. Although it's nothing like going to one of the big cities like Dallas or Houston. You're not going to have those traffic jams. If you have a traffic jam, it's either been an accident or maybe they're doing road work. But I think overall, and of course with growth, you have an increasing crime rate. So, we have to take the same precautions as everybody else does. And and it doesn't matter where you live. I mean, it's just, it's just part of living, part of life. And but it's not horrible. We have a wonderful police department, sheriff's departments, and, that really try to stay on top of things, and they're there for you, if you need them. Honestly, I love the Panhandle. I just don't have, I guess, it's like when it gets steamy hot and when the wind's blowing, so extremely hard, those are the times you're going, oh, but, I wish I was up in the mountains right now, or I wish I was down by the beach, somewhere cooler. Or California. California's great. I love the temperatures in California when we visited. But, honestly, I think that's it. It's really a great place.
Yeah. I love that. No, that was exactly what I was looking for to hear a little about it. But yes, it sounds like some growing pains, but that is a part of life. I feel like no matter where you're living. Well, unless you live in somewhere where people are leaving. But yes, that was so good. Awesome. We'll have your information up top and down below. What's the best way for people to reach out to you?
Okay. Phone call or text to my phone number. Yeah.
Perfect.
806-683-7026.
Excellent. Awesome. Yeah. So if you guys have any other additional questions about the area, you know who to call. So
absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, absolutely. Take care.